NFL, this Julio Jones sweepstakes and really just this story in general has been really fascinating to me because we know, and Atlanta, first of all, I love this headline. I absolutely love this headline. Atlanta comes out and says that they are willing to trade Julio Jones for less. They're willing to accept, they said, accept a hard second round draft pick for Julio Jones, the Pro Bowl wide receiver. So we know that Julio Jones has approached the Atlanta Falcons months ago to request a trade. They wanted to take care of this behind closed doors. And then, of course, last week on the televised show Undisputed on FS1, Julio Jones, probably unintentionally, I don't know if he knew he was on live television and on air, unintentionally revealed, yeah, I'm out of there. I'm not going back to Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons. So that's what we knew. And unfortunately for the Atlanta Falcons, any potential leverage that they may have had in negotiations, they completely lost now. They know that. And they've had to accept the fact that that's the reality. The cat's out of the bag. It's not a secret anymore. You can't operate in a cloak and dagger manner anymore. It's out there. Teams know. And the Atlanta Falcons understand that, which is why they're coming out and making this expected and unsurprising remark. You know what? We are now, I think, willing to accept less. Yeah, you don't have a choice. Every team knows that you have a distressed asset and that distressed asset can be bought on the cheap. That's what we know. And the Atlanta Falcons understand that too. But this is the consequence. Because the thing is, the Atlanta Falcons, prior to this information getting leaked and getting out there, it wasn't a guarantee that they were going to trade Julio Jones, or at least to the general public and to other teams. There was still the possibility. It was just a possibility that they would trade him. It was still a possibility he could return with the team. And so teams had their suspicions about the Falcons given their cap situation and that they would have benefited from offloading that contract. But it wasn't a done deal and a guarantee that he was for sure going to be dealt. But this is the problem if you're the Atlanta Falcons. How can you bring Julio Jones back into that locker room after what he's just said? Because now the relationship that he has with a bunch of those players is fractured. And he has made it clear that he wants out of this team. And yes, I know that a lot of the vets on the team understand his position and can appreciate his position, and they won't hold a gripe against him for having this position. They respect the hell out of Julio Jones, what he's meant as a football player, what he's meant to the NFL, what he's meant most importantly to the Atlanta Falcons organization. And they can respect the fact that he wants out. But I don't know if they're necessarily going to all of a sudden embrace him with open arms if he's trying to return back to the team. I mean, what type of relationship will he and Matt Ryan have if he was to return back to that locker room? That's kind of the natural question. So to me, it would almost feel a little off-putting if Julio Jones returns, which is hence the impetus behind the Atlanta Falcons trying to trade him.